The place for me, London, this lovely city. You can go to France or America, India, Asia or Australia, but you must come back to London City.
When I moved from Scotland to London at the age of 23, I had been on more than 50 unsuccessful internet dates. But the first week in London, I joined a film club. And I met her. Film club friend, which is how she became known in the secret blog that I wrote home to my friends and family back in Scotland. Film club friend was hot. She was smart, she was witty, she was well-read, she punctuated beautifully. She ticked every box on my Gator Girls online internet dating profile, except she had a girlfriend. Now, I am not a girlfriend thief, so I had to content myself with becoming best friends with Film Club Friend. We were very rapidly inseparable, and she became the star of my secret blog. On Sunday, Film Club Friend and I went off and ran the church fair stall playing tombola. I've never laughed so hard in all my life. What an amazing day. Film Club Friend and I have decided to start up an art exhibition club where we all dress up in the theme of the art we're going to see. Film Club Friend got us into the premiere of this fabulous new West End play. Except what I didn't mention to the blog readers, because I knew they might be judgmental, was that after the play, we went back to her place and we opened a bottle of champagne and we sat together just a little bit too closely on the sofa at her house and looked at each other, and my heart raced 3,000 beats a minute, and there was a moment of silence, and then I leapt to my feet and I ran out that door, and all the way home chanting, "Must not fall in love with Film Club Friend." Except, obviously, I already had. I realised that the moral judgment that I was throwing upon myself was nothing compared to how my blog readers would feel. In order to allay suspicion, I decided to edit Film Club Friend out of my blogs. So while I still continued to have such a lovely time with her, my blogs instead were full of the internet dates I was going on at the time. Last night, my date insisted on spelling out the last word in every sentence, S-E-N-T-E-N-C-E. My date on Sunday thought it would be really cool to run out of the restaurant without paying the check. It was not going well. But meanwhile, I was having fun with Film Club Friend, and all would have been fine if I hadn't started to get jealous. Now, I didn't even bother being jealous of Film Club Friend's actual long-term girlfriend, because she lived in some other city, and frankly, I never saw her, and I very rarely even heard about her. No. I was jealous of Film Club Friend's harem. You see, I was not the only girl in love with Film Club Friend. There was about 7 to 10 other girls who were all in love with Film Club Friend. They all followed her around, batting their eyelids, smiling sweetly, trying to ingratiate themselves. It was pathetic. I wouldn't know anything about that. But the thing was, every time Film Club Friend paid them any attention at all, I would become consumed with jealousy. It was like a stab in my heart. And I couldn't be a psycho about it, because I was Film Club Friend's best friend. So instead of saying horrible things to her and growling at all these girls, I smiled sweetly and then sublimated my angst into catty blog posts. "It's ridiculous," I'd write. "Film Club Friend spent all night flirting with harem member number 3. Film Club Friend went into the back room with harem member number 5. Wonder what they were up to. I saw Film Club Friend leaving with harem member number 6. Glad I'm not her girlfriend." And it would have gone on like this indefinitely, were it not for the romantic machinations of the Syrian security police. You see, Film Club Friend was a human rights lawyer, and she went off to Syria to do human rights things and got into a bit of a pickle with said Syrian security police. Much angst and drama ensued, and fear and horror, and she finally escaped, and she got home, and all she wanted to do was to have her girlfriend come round and comfort her. But her girlfriend said she was a bit too busy. And film club friend dumped her girlfriend. Ladies and gentlemen, the full harem was on red alert. But I got in there first. I shot to her house, and I was the most comforting person in the world, and I took her out rowing in a little rowboat in a beautiful park in the sunshine, and it was the most romantic thing you can imagine. I didn't make a move on her, ladies and gentlemen. That would have been crass. It was only about 5 hours since she had split up with her 5-year girlfriend. But the next day, over lunch at my work, I asked all my colleagues, when do you think is the soonest I can make a move on her? At least a month, they said. Maybe 2 months, maybe even longer than that. Okay, I said, so I'm going to just sit on my hands. And then my phone beeped, and I looked at it, and it was from Film Club friend. Guess what, she said. I'm going out with harem member number 7. I had missed my chance in a matter of hours. Are you joking? Right. There was a very, very small window before this deal was sealed, and it was another 5 years before I got another chance. I had to act fast, and luckily I had just the thing. That weekend, I took Film Club friend to go and see a musical about the history of aviation. Because that's the sort of romantic girl I am, ladies and gentlemen. But Film Club friend's train was running late, and she was going to miss the start, and there were going to be no latecomer admissions. And I got them to hold the curtain for 15 minutes. As we sat down and the curtain finally rose, she held my hand. Ladies and gentlemen, the next morning, after I said goodbye to her, I dashed to write a blog post. You won't believe what's happened, I wrote. This is the most wonderful thing in the world. After just a whole year of desperately longing for it, finally, my dream has come true. I am going out with Film Club friend. I think this might be my forever girl. Send! It took about 4 minutes before the comments started flooding in. One of the first was from my mother. Oh dear, she said, I'm sure Film Club friend's a very nice girl, but she's not girlfriend material. Then somebody's grandmother, don't do it, dear, she'll break your heart. Somebody else, Film Club friend's going to cheat on you. Film Club friend is not good for you. Film Club friend is a nymphomaniac. What had I done? I rapidly realized that not only had I prejudiced every single person who knew me against Film Club friend, my future, hopefully, wife, I was going to have to confess. All these people were going to meet Film Club friend, some of them in a matter of days. We sat down, we had a romantic meal, and then I just threw it into the conversation. So, sweetheart, I just thought I'd mention that I write this blog. Sometimes I mention you. She said, all good, I hope. Well, and then, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what came over me at this point, unless perhaps I was drunk with love, because the next words out of my mouth were, here's the address. I spent a long, lonely night on the sofa while across town, Film Club friend read my blog. Or rather, she skimmed through it for every mention of the word Film Club friend. And then she called me. Listen, she said, you've taken everything I told you in confidence and told everyone you know and made up all this bad stuff about me. I can't trust you at all. I don't think we can do this. And she hung up. Ladies and gentlemen, I was completely destroyed. The thing that I had dreamed of, wanted, and got had been completely lost to me. Not because of some kind of bad luck scenario or because somebody was bad, but because I had ruined it. I took to my bed like a Victorian lady. I just lay there, shaking, rocking, until a couple of days later, when the bell rang, and I opened the door, and it was a man with a bunch of flowers and a card. I grabbed the card and ripped it open, and it was from Film Club Friend. Look, it said, what we potentially have is too good to be destroyed so quickly, so I am going to try to forgive you. P.S. I can't believe you called someone else fabulous friend, and I was Film Club Friend. P.P.S. How dare you tell everyone that I was a dress size bigger than you? P.P.S. Delete the blog. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I dashed over there to assure her that she was 100 times more fabulous than fabulous friend. I got so happy being with her that I ate so much chocolate that I was very rapidly a dress size bigger than her. I wrote my final blog post, and a couple of years later, on our wedding day, the people who cheered the loudest were all my blog readers.